Alright guys, welcome back. Martha Karua, together with the women of East Africa, yesterday they decided to confront one man, and that man is Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, together with his son Muhoozi Kainerugaba. Just listen.
This is an open letter to President Yoweri Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, and General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, President Museveni's son and the Chief of Defense Forces in Uganda. This is an African and global cry against the systematic, targeted sexual violence and assault to women's dignity in Uganda. We, the women of the Jumuiya and the African region, as advocates of justice globally, we write this letter in a state of profound shock and shared grief. The atrocities currently being visited upon the women of Uganda are not merely a Ugandan crisis, they are a stain on the conscience of the African continent and a direct assault on the universal principles of human dignity that binds all decent human beings across the globe. A dark chapter for humanity. The horrors unfolding in the wake of the January 2026 elections represent a catastrophic regression in human rights. We have watched in dismay as security forces under the command of the state in Uganda have weaponized and sexualized violence, humiliation, and terror, more particularly to the women of Uganda, to settle political scores. When the privacy of a woman's bedroom is violated and her body treated as a battlefield, the soul of a nation, and by extension of our region, is in mortal peril.
And guys, in case this is your first time coming across us, kindly please click that subscribe button, then allow the notification buttons to be on. Whenever we shall producing a video like this one, YouTube will automatically giving you a notification. Now, Martha Karua is suggesting that in that open letter, that what is happening in Uganda after the concluded election is not something that they, as women, they will sit down and just see it as it is happening. Is accusing the son of the general, the son who is now the head of security in Uganda. What are they doing? They are assaulting women, raping women, and doing all sorts of inhuman to women just to settle their political discourse. I'm talking women, I'm bringing in those who are supporting Bobi Wine. Not once, not twice. You have seen how Babi, the wife to Bobi Wine, has been explaining how these officers handled them. And in case you missed, catch up.
These people were drunk and they were very provocative. One of them asked me how I could end up marrying a traitor of Uganda as if I'd never saw Nyankole to marry. Yesterday, the group that came to raid our home was a different group. They were so many, heavily armed, drunk, and they looked the same and spoke one language. They broke into the gate, the lower gate. Our askari was in a different corner, so he saw them and he called me. Our askari saw them and called me. I had already gone to bed. I was just preparing to read like one page of my Bible and then sleep. The askari called me and said, "These men are many and they are coming in this time." So in the moment I got out of the bed, switched off the bed light, then tried to walk out of the bedroom and lock it, looking for a place to hide. But then I realized that was the wise thing to do. I opened the bedroom again, went in, opened the balcony room to make a video of at least some evidence of these people were coming in. I just shot a small snippet thing because already they had ladders and they were climbing to our veranda. So when I shot that, I locked the veranda door again, went in, sent the video to our son Solomon, and I asked him to let people know that we were under attack. Then I called our other son, who is also my brother-in-law, Dax, and I told him, it's finished. These people are coming in definitely. So I walked out of the room, locked the door, and then went down the stairs. When I reached the stairs and looked in the window, there was this big group of men. Every window had like 10 men in it. And they said, open the door. They said it in Munyankore. I replied in Munyankore, I said I was not going to open. So I passed the stairs, went to the general bathroom, locked the door, and called our neighbor, one of our neighbors. And they said, we have a problem here, let everybody know. Then I came out of the room. When I came out of the room, they were already coming into the sitting room. They had finished breaking everything. There were so many, very many. They went to all directions of the house. Ceiling, rooms, kitchen, outside in the compound, on the verandas, my bedroom, kids' bedrooms, bathrooms, everywhere. They were everywhere. They were very many. In that moment, they did not allow me to follow anybody where they were. One of them told me to give them my phone. He came and sat behind me, told me, give me your phone. I gave it to him from this angle. He put it in front of me and said, give me the password in Runyankore. And I said back, I'm not giving you the password. He said, you're going to give me the password. And I said, I'm not going to give you the password. He left, went outside on the veranda, came with other 4 men. So when he came back, he went in the same position where he was. He lifted me by the trousers. I was wearing 90 trousers and a shirt. He lifted me by the trousers, lifted me up, and then the one who was standing in front of me strangled me by the neck from the front. And then he told me, give me the password. And I told him in his face, I will not give you the password. The one who was behind here pulled my shirt. So now I was between 2 men. One was strangling me and one was pulling my shirt from there. And you know how the button chokes you here? So the button was choking me. I kicked the man who was in front of me. And when I kicked him in someplace very hurtful, and he walked away. Then this one pulled me and all the buttons broke. Then he stayed with the shirt in his hands. So I walked across the room naked. Now, in that room, there were so many men. Some of them just shied away and looked to the side. Some of them kept looking, and there was one sober one. And he said in Luganda, nedda, Mama Mudize, besati ya yambale. It was on the floor. One of them picked it and said, Wanike mikono, oyambale sati. And I said, no, give me the shirt, I'll dress myself up. He gave it to me. In that moment, the other guy who took my phone and who had my shirt who tore my shirt in the beginning, came back and held me by my hair. It was plaited like this last night. He held me by my hair and pushed me all the way up to a pole across in the sitting room. And I hit my lip. And then he told me, bring the password. I said again, there's no password for you. Then he pulled me down on the floor. And they sat on me. I felt as if 4 bodies sat on me. There was someone, I think, was overseeing everything. He told them, what's happening here? Leave her. Then they went. I sat on the floor. And in that moment, I felt thirsty. I felt nauseous. I felt dizzy. My body was confused. I asked for water. They brought me a glass of water. I asked for more water. They gave me another glass. And that was the last that I remember of that event. The next moment that I got to realize, I was on the veranda sleeping in my own vomit. The askari and the other boy organized and drove me to hospital.
And now, the main question that Army ask Ugandans, you know, when you want to gauge how the grounds talk, most of us, labda to go to Uganda, it might be something far, or rather I cannot manage to operate in Uganda than in Kenya. So what you have to do, you have now to read the comments of the people. You have to read the minds of the people. But after that election, it was clear that most of Ugandans were even celebrating the victory of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. I followed it live there as they were live broadcasting those results. And most of Ugandans were very happy, typing yellows and celebrating for that victory. And now, if now Ugandans are happy about the election of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, why are they now complaining about all this assault that is now being carried out in their own country? Something we cannot even also understand this nation. And wanasema for you to understand the nation, you live for the people of that nation. They do understand more than even some of us. We may fight for you, but you are comfortable. What do you want? What really do you people of Uganda want? The only language that this dictator understands is a protest. The only language that this dictator understands is a revolution. Revolution is the only language that scares them most. But just remaining silent is not something that it's not going to help Uganda. We should also stand up and also condemn whatever is happening across East Africa. Assaulting women is not something that we should also see it happening in the nation, then keep quiet. We must come and talk about it. And for that, this is something that has set a very bad signal to our neighbors, Uganda. What is your thought, guys? Which solution are they going to use? Which solution are they going to use to ensure that now women are protected, young people are protected, and human rights violation haifanyiki whatever in that country? Maybe I alone, I may not have that reasoning to figure out. Drop your thought in comment section. I'll be doing my best to read it and giving you a response. And with that, guys, peace and love. And with that, guys, thank you for choosing Kenya Political Brief as our primary news platform, more so on politics. Kindly please share this video to a friend. If politics is your passion, this is the place you really wish to be. Kindly subscribe. Bye bye.